Hello everybody, here is DNA Games and welcome to another video from the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Last time we had quite a lot of interactions and we tried to do our best in helping others but also preserve ourselves. So now we'll move on and see what will happen at 14 years old. As I think adolescence will soon end. Agony. Stefan leaves soon after the trial, alone. Grandfather does not go with him. For the first time in a long while, he lingers in the house for more than a fortnight. Father says Sir Gregor is ill and needs rest. Several months go by, and it becomes clear that grandfather will not recover. The eldest Brante is mostly bedridden now. On some days, he has trouble recognizing people. When he means to address you or Nathan, he calls you Robert, your father's name. But when he does get out of bed, the house grows empty. The servants hide, mother locks herself in the chambers. You and Nathan run outside and hide quietly in your rooms. If grandfather sees anyone in the hallway, he begins lamenting. Oh, nobody heeds the loss any longer. Any Harold with a child can marry a nobleman these days. Children have no respect, and his son betrayed him and let him down. And oh, how the Brante family has lost its honor. Again and again, you hear grandfather knocking at mother's door, screaming that it is all her fault. He blames her for ruining his chance to find bliss in the hereafter. He blames her for dooming him to suffer at the foot of the pillar. You overhear your parents talking one night. Mother begs father to move Sir Gregor to his old home and spare the children his decline. Father refuses her outright. It's late at night. The hot, dry winds are coming. The house is empty, save for you. Nathan, Gloria, mother, and grandfather in his bed. Father has left for the capital on business. You are engrossed in the history of the empire, snapping out of your revolver only when the clock strikes midnight. You blow out the candle and get ready for bed. You hear the shuffling of heavy feet outside your door. You see a light in the hallway. Grandfather, what could he want in the middle of the night? You peek in the hallway once he is past. Grandfather's figure sways as he heads for the door to mother's chamber. He opens the door and walks in. You hear him saying something quietly. Your unease is stronger than your fear now. You sneak closer to hear his words. You foul commoner! I have to cleanse my sins. I have to save my soul. You are my greatest sin. You and what you have done to Robert and his family. I should have put a stop to this marriage. I should have stopped Robert from tainting this house by your presence. Why, oh why didn't I do it? Please, Sir Brante, I beg of you. Silence! You will do my bidding. Fire will cleanse all low-born filth from this place. Fire and flame will free Robert from this disgrace. This is for my son's sake, for my son's sake, For my sake, I need to eradicate this low-born filth. The twins, they are calling for me. I can feel it. I can feel it. I beg of you, please have mercy. Mother begins to cry. You run into your room, unable to stay out of this. You run into the room, unable to stay out of this any longer. Grandfather gaunt figure glooms over mother's bed, a lit of oil lamp in his hand. Mother is sprawled out of bed, crying. Please, just let me warn the children, I beg of you, Sir Brante. Your steps are loud enough to be heard. Grandfather turns to look at you. Stay out of this, DNA. Be useful for once. Worldly matter concern me no longer. I see only my sins now, and the sinner I am. A sinner, the twins. They forgive me no more. They will judge me by the pillar. I must do something. I do not want to suffer for all eternity. Go away. Mother is crying. Grandfather is still looming over the bed, driven to madness. His hands shake as it clutches the oil lamp. His eyes shine in the dark. He truly believes this has to be done? You are suddenly torn. What if he's right? What if that is the only way for his soul to find salvation? There is no going back now. You have but a moment to act. So we can run away to rescue Nathan and Gloria. Wealth -1, ingenuity +1, spirituality +1. Gregor Brante through that. You run away to wake up your siblings and rescue them from what is to come. You stop Grandfather. You run to Mother's side and snatch the lamp out of Grandfather's hand before he can start fire. Or we can let it all happen as Grandfather wishes. So this could increase all our stats, but I'll have my second death. This one will give me only 1 spirituality. Grandfather wishes to purge his sin. He has the right to do so, even if it costs you your lives. Let it be so. You drop your hand as the grief in Father's eyes pierces your heart. He is staring through that in the face. Those who grow old do not return from the hereafter. What fate awaits him there? The noble's lot is to rule, but his helpless inability to fulfill his lot, with his own family no less, is causing him so much suffering. You look at Grandfather's face, lit by the lamp, distorted by unyielding wrath. His face of will astound you, even if he is using this will to choose his own demise. You submit to this will. Is your duty. It is the duty of every single person in this house. You cannot deny him. The lamp smashes against the floor. The carpet, curtains, the wall. It takes a moment for the flame to engulf the entire room. You take Mother's hand. She is crying and shaking violently, yet she will not run. She knows it too. It is her duty to stay here. There is only one thing you can do. for her, and so you recite a prayer to her as loud as you can, again and again and again, until acrid smoke finally fills your lungs and take away your breath away. Gloria and Nathan are fast asleep, so they will perish before the fire sees them. This is your final thought before a lesser death claims you. Impenetrable darkness surrounds you. You stand alone, bare to your every essence. It paralyzes you. You have an urge to cover yourself, to hide. No one should see you so vulnerable, but you cannot conceal the truth in this place. You are bathed in an unbearably bright light. It has no hint of warmth in it. It is blinding, leaves no shadow in the entire world. It is the light of the shining pillar itself. In this radiance you can clearly see all your thoughts and doubts, your errors and transgressions, the contradictions that have permitted you since birth. They cover you from head to toe like raw grey tarts, but they melt away in the light. You're naked. You feel liberated and whole. It is as though all the wounds and cracks in your soul have been healed, making it the way it should be. It is as though the scales have fallen from your eyes. You see the true shapes of things now. There are the laws by which the world abides, the grand design that moves life itself. You tread a path that is barely visible in the blinding light, giving shape to everything. In this light, you see the infinite complexity of the world, from the tiniest leaf to the enormity of the empire, and this world maintains its balance by virtue of the law that was embraced in it during the act of creation. Ahead of you, two figures are waiting on the path. They are gigantic, many times taller than a man. The elder holds a lash, the younger a sword. The younger gaze at you sternly, coldly. You kneel obediently before him and lower your head. The gods raise his sword above you. This is divine retribution. There is no law without it, nor can there be. Every action has consequences. This is what shapes the world, making its very existence possible. In this moment, beneath the gaze of the merciless God, you comprehend the law that binds the entire world together. Which manifestation of law will you live by? It is not the ultimate manifestation of the law, the great and incredible sophisticated mode of existence of all people, the law. Your destiny is your own manifestation of the divine law. Your family, it is the law that has been with you since you were born. Your family is the model of the world, a tiny universe, and it belongs to you just as you belong to it. Your life works, shapes the world, and thus you influence the great law itself. You are an embodiment of the law. You have been made in accordance with the divine design. So we'll go with the loss. The blade flashes. The younger sword slashes through the air above your head. You do not yet deserve your final punishment. The law demands that you continue your life. Your form has not been completely destroyed, nor has that of the world. The youngest extends his gigantic hand and shows you the way. You must proceed. The path leads you to the top of the crown of the silver tree, spread wide in the white gleam. The branches are close now. It is time to descend. You are drawn downwards into darkness. The shadow that has disappeared in the blinding glow creep around you and envelop you. This is to be expected, but the purity and clarity of the spirit are still with you. Something is forcing your throat open. Air. It scratches you on the inside. Your soul is filled with struggle again, with contradiction from which the fabric of the world and you yourself are woven. The divine light that gave you clarity is fading away with each passing moment. You open your eyes. Above is a dark ceiling of the crypt. You are reborn. The first thing you see is the gloom of the family crypt. Is mother's soft. The first thing you see in the gloom of the family crypt is mother's sorrowful eyes. This is your fault. But what could you have done? Without a sound, you mouthed to her the very words she taught you. We must accept all suffering. This is the commoner's lot. And even at this very moment, you live by your lot, as you lie on the cold rock of the crypt, and do not turn away from mother's weary face. This is my last life. In the depths of the crypt you find Nathan and Gloria reborn for the first time. They are shaking and crying silently. They have experienced their first death. Mother takes the children by hand and leaves the crypt without a word and walks to what is left of the Brante estate. You belong to the common lot, and so you must endure the lash of fate as it strikes again and again. The servants come in time to put out the fire, but the second floor has already been reduced to ash. It will be a while before the floor is restored. Thomas' family gives you refuge for the night. No matter what happened, life goes on. The family estate has been damaged by the fire, yet the family continues to live there. Grandfather's created body is taken to the family crypt. Gregor Brante has died his true death. You go there to look at him. His face is covered by cloth, hiding its expression. Did Gregor Brante finally find solace at the pillar among the flames in his final living moments? Or did he die as he lived, an embodiment of soul driven mad because he could never truly live by his lot? So we lost wealth, but we are almost fully with these stats. Interesting. Grandfather's demise. Your grandfather, Sir Brante, left this world forever to meet the twin gods. The night of grandfather's death shook your family. Last respect. The night of grandfather's death shook your family to the core. Yet, no matter how it happened, your grandfather Gregor Brante is dead and will never return. He was a fearful shadow looming over the rest of the family. The Brante patriarchy exerting his influence on all the lives below him and all of you will remember him forever. Father is the new patriarch of the family now, yet he still cannot bring himself to sit at the head of the table where Sir Gregor Brante used to preside. Stefan locks himself away in great-grandfather's bedroom every day. He will not talk to anyone. Gloria and Nathan still jump at every sound that so much resemble the knocking of his walking stick. Mother spent all day in prayer at the temple, and yet the house has become calm and quiet with his passing. But there is one more thing that must be done, the final farewell. It weighs heavily upon your soul. The day comes to pay your final respect. Grandfather goes to the tomb alone to Father goes to the tomb alone to save. No. So, Father goes to the tomb alone, save for Stefan, Nathan, and you. Mother and Gloria stay at home. Only nobles or those who may become nobles may join this ritual. There is a solemn silence as you walk to the crypt. Father is the one who breaks this silence when you finally reach the door of the family crypt. Your grandfather built this crypt, and now he will be the first Brante to remain here in body forever, the first ever noble in our family. It is now our duty to hold the sacrament of flowing blood for Sir Gregor. We will honor his legacy and join him as the founder of the noble Brante dynasty. Stefan perks up a feather at father's words, his hand still clutched grandfather's sword. Tradition decrees that it must remain in the niche above the owner's sarcophagus. Nathan, on the other hand, looks even more frightened now. Stairs carved on white stone lead you downstairs. Deep in the gloom of the crypt, atop a pedestal, you see the sarcophagus that holds grandfather's body. Father takes a moment to compose himself before paying his final respect. Gregor Brante, my father, brought our family into nobility through his unshakable will. He was a judge and a loyal servant to the empire. He lived his life as if he had been born a noble, and he never strayed from the path he had chosen. He sought to make the Brante family ennobled by the sword, so that our children's children might be of noble birth. The twins know I abided by my father's word all my life, even if I could not obey him every time. Father let a bitter chuckle as he says this. Stefan glares at Father, then turns to glare at Nathan and you. After all, the two of you were born of Father's shameful decision to marry a commoner. All of you remember his disastrous passing. He did not die the true death he deserved. Yet, we all must know he fought for the future he believed in to the very end. And he would be proud to see his family bid him farewell with this sacrament of nobility. Stefan still glares at Father sullenly. His fingers remain clutched around grandfather's sword. Nathan barely pays attention to the words. He looks around with unease, his arms folded across his chest. father reaches into his jacket and pulls out a slender dagger, thin and sharp. He takes off his glove. Watch me carefully, my sons. Make a small cut on your palm of your hand and let your blood flow into the duct on the wall of the crypt. It will join your grandfather's blood here and flow forever. Then ancestors and progeny will become one. He shall enter our family's blood tie and receive grandfather's final blessing, for his blood flows first in our blood tie. He will respond to you. You are part of him, and he is part of you. With a quick motion, father slices his hand and holds the bleeding cut above a small opening in the wall. Then he hands the dagger to Stefan. Stefan cuts his hand without hesitation and does as father did. You receive the dagger next. The dagger's handle feels warm. You hesitate for a moment as you look at the palm of your hand. If you participate in this ritual, you will enter the Brante blood tie. You, a lowborn child, a child who is still a commoner. Are you ready to claim your legacy as a descendant of the noble Gregor Brante? The eyes of your father and brother are upon you. Nathan, the youngest brother, will follow your example. You can be certain of this. So we could give back the dagger, and it's the only option we have. You refuse to participate in this ritual. After all, you do not bear the noble's loss. So if we had taken the noble sacrament, we could bleed. You still recall your first sacrament and how you defied the lash. You are Georges Brante's grandson, and so you deserve to enter this blood tie. Ask for grandfather's blessing. If I would have an ability of over 6, and George Brante will have an opinion of over 2, but we don't. So we can't do that. Before you dare enter his blood tie, you ask grandfather's spirit for his blessing. So we'll have to do this. You return the dagger to father and say you cannot participate in this ritual. You are a commoner, and your back bears the mark of the lash. Grandfather would never have let you honor his name as a noble. Nathan nods in agreement. You do not deserve this honor. Father furrows his brow and shakes his head. Stefan, help me close the lid of the sarcophagus, and remember to ask for grandfather's blessing. And as for you two, it seems you weren't ready to walk the nobleman's path after all. You're right, son. Your grandfather would have never allowed it. The lid of the sarcophagus falls into place with a heavy, resonated thud. Then, suddenly, you all freeze as each of you hear your late grandfather speak to you. His voice is loud as it rings into the depth of the crypt, and yet he speaks to each of you separately. Forward, blood weakling. I knew you never had it in you to raise above your meager birth DNA. You have not a drop of nobility in you, and your pathetic little brother is the same. You are a taint upon my flesh and blood. Be gone from my crypt. Your legs carry out of the crypt of their own accord. Out of that stuffy crypt. You can finally breathe again. You hear slow footsteps behind you. You turn around to meet Nathan Gaze. You did the right thing. If it weren't for you, I'd have done what Father told us. Grandfather said I should stay away from his legacy. Said it will do me no good if I try to follow in his footsteps. How's that for the words of guidance, hey? Nathan sighs as he embraces you. Father and Stefan leave the crypt much later and walk to the carriage without a word. You and Nathan humbly follow behind them. Great, we are prepared for anything again. And we established a great relationship with our brother. That's what's most important. The fugitive girl. Grandfather's passing and last respects have left a mark on the entire family. His words relied from the hereafter keep echoing in your mind. You still do your best to avoid the memory of grandfather's last night and spend more time on the city street with Thomas and your other classmates. The road by a house reminds you of another clash with death. Sometimes as you walk along the road you recall Sophia, the beautiful girl with the wonderful eyes and the terrifying thundering hooves. You have not seen Sophia since that fateful day. The children who live nearby say her parents sent her to a rich Arkanian family, the Ottons, as a servant. The sun has set. The pillar shines palely in the dark sky. Thomas is ill, so you decide to visit him and tell him the latest news. The streets seem oddly agitated tonight, full of horses, cloaked men, strange faces, and hushed voices. A young nobleman in a heavy embroidered cloak is walking back and forth, clutching at his sword nervously. There is a grimace of rage on his delicate blue face. He is an Arkanian. You overhear voices. Sir Otton, the girl's not at home. We searched the house where parents were. She ran away from the home too. They claimed they wanted to bring her back. Just do whatever it takes. Turn this loathsome district upside down if you must, but bring my servant back to me. She's here. Sophia ran away from an Arkanian? How can this be? There is only one place on the entire street where a person could hide. The abandoned Moral House. 4 houses away from yours. You head there, doing your best not to attract attention. The lopsided house built on a yellow brick has been abandoned for 20 years or so. You remember playing there as a boy. You glimpse a figure inside even before you enter. A pair of eyes glimmer in the dark. You would recognize them even after another 4 years. Sophia has grown up. She is almost an adult now, and her face is full of fear. She is not the easygoing girl next door that you remember. She finally recognizes you. Oh, it's you, DNA. Be quiet. They are all looking for me. I ran away from the youngest Otton. I might be in for a lesser death here, but I'd rather die than spend another day in their slavery. I'm just a thing to him, just a toy to play with. Sophia winches and closes her mouth as she says this. There's a glint of bright yellow deep in her eyes. I ran to my parents. I told them all about the man I had to serve, and they went and alerted Athens. They don't want to be the target of their ire, but you aren't going to tip them off, are you? The barking and shouting are getting closer. Sophia's voice grows quiet. She runs off to a dark corner of the house before you can answer. One of the Othan servants is so close you can hear his cloak swishing against the ground. He noticed something and called for the others. There are more voices around you now. They approach the house from the yard and surround it. One of them seems particularly snappy, annoyed and impatient. You have already heard this voice today. If you're in there, girl, you be wise to come out and quit wasting my time. All will be forgiven and you will go back where you were. You know it. And if you don't, I'll drag you out by the hair. Okay, so the hilt of the young Arkanian sword bashes at the door. He is about to lose his patience for good. Sophia hugs the wall in the dark, trying to stay still. She glances at you. What will you do? Your heart is racing. Can you act against the Arkanian order? Do you have the gall to defy the mighty nobleman? So you will protect your friend even if you have to defy the young Arkanian that's trying to stop Othan. Bring Sophia back to Othan. The Arkanian is within his right. You will render him a service if you help him capture her. Then if I would have the ingenuity, I could try to help her. You lead the fugitive girl to the old cellar away from the house, but I can't. And I can hide alone. Things have become too dangerous. You are not able to influence the fate of Sophia. Well, as I saved Sophia, I will try to stop Autumn. You pull yourself together and walk slowly to a half-collapsed doorway. Sophia stayed behind. A tall young Arkanian stares you down, his condescending smile dripping with scorn. In your most assertive voice, you answer his question. You will find no fugitive girl in this house. What are you doing here, boy? I wasn't speaking to you. Out of my way. Otto needs no permission to enter, so he steps inside. You stand in his way. You have already assured the young Arkanian there is no one else inside. You have done him a great service. What makes him doubt your word? Why, you lowlife! How dare you stand in an Arkanian way? You must have lives to spare. Otto backhands you with immense strength, enough to send you flying. The Arkanian draws his sword. It raises into the air. But then one of his men shouts, "Sir, there she is!" The Arkanian turns around and briskly walks away. Sophia uses your distraction to climb up the window in the back. You jump on your feet and escape the house the same way. Sophia's slight silhouette is gaining distance far ahead. One of Otto's men is chasing her down, ready to catch her at any moment. But then, something unbelievable happens. Sophia lets out a dreadful scream, and the air around her sizzles with golden sparks. Otto's man falls to the ground, clutching his head. Sophia freezes for a second, as though uncertain of what she did. What was that? Otto screams at her right next to you. So that's how it is. The wench is a witch. Sees her magic? Sophia is a witch? Sophia's silhouette disappears down the alley. Otto's men give her chase, but they will never find her in the dark, swirling district. You watch her go. Will you ever see her again? The runaway girl will become the talk of your district for an entire week. You overhear that Sophia managed to flee the city. The Ottons are furious. After this sudden appearance, she disappears from your life once more. You will never see her again until much, much later. So Sophia, we raise our relationship with her +1, and now she trusts us, whatever that's supposed to mean. Okay. So we are getting closer to adulthood, as you can read here, but this will be all for today's episode. Next time we'll see what happened at 15, but at 14 we died again, which I don't know if it's good or bad, but I have to try and stay away from that fate, right? I should do a better job next time. But this will be all for today. I have been Arkanian. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to comment, and I'll see you on the next one. But until then, have some great days. Bye.